Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to show you how to achieve cinematic lighting and what you can do in post to make it better. Before we get into the computer, I would like to show you guys how I achieved these clips. So this was the setup that I was working with. As you can see, I have an adjustable LED panel up top, and then down below I have the product that I'm shooting. In this case, it's the Crane 2. Overhead lighting creates these shadows and harsh edges on here. You can adjust the lighting by tilting, or I can simply move my LED panel forward and also backward. So adjusting the lighting will give you different effects. Now that we have this, all we have to do is get our shot. Good. And I will link both of these products down below if you are interested. Now that we're in Premiere, this is the clip that we're going to be working with. As you can see, we have a very contrasty image. The light source is from above, so we have the cascading shadows on the bottom, and it looks pretty cool. However, we want to adjust this even further. To show you how I created the intro, all we have to do is click on the clip and go to the Effects Controls tab. Under Opacity, let's make an ellipse mask. It creates this over here. Now you'll notice that anytime we drag this around, it will reveal the image below. Since our background is dark, we can kind of start to play with this. So what I'm gonna do is drag this to the size of my subject. This looks great. And then I'm gonna adjust the mask feather to 500. I think 500 makes a very soft transition that mimics real light. Here's the catch. When I create something like this, I have to think about what I want to do. I know that I want this light to start from over here and cascade onto my subject and then fade away. In simplest terms, all we have to do is drag this out to the left, and you notice that once it goes out here, we don't see it anymore. So what we're gonna do is select the zoom level and change it to about 25 so that we can see where we are. I'm gonna go to somewhere in the beginning of my video and select this toggle animation button next to mask path. That will create a keyframe at the beginning. In order to see this again, all we have to do is click on mask. I'm gonna go somewhere towards the end of my clip and drag our mask across our image until it disappears like so. All I have to do is drag the start keyframe to the beginning and the end keyframe to the end. Also change your zoom to fit. As you can see, our light is coming through, and this is exactly what I did for the beginning sequence. Let's show you a couple more advanced techniques that we can do. Using the same clip, we're gonna go to the middle, and what happens if we go towards the edge and start rotating it? If you go towards the edge, a rotation icon will come, and it'll allow us to rotate the image. So we're gonna rotate this down in the middle, and you'll notice that anytime we move the mask, it will create a keyframe right here. If you don't see the blue lines to adjust the mask, all you have to do is click on the mask beneath opacity, and if you still don't see it, just duplicate your sequence and that will solve that issue. So let's keep scrubbing through, and you'll see that it's going back the normal way. I don't want it to go back that way. I want it to keep adjusting. So what I'm going to do is go a little bit. I deleted that end keyframe, and I'm going to make it rotate in the same direction till it's down, and then I'm going to drag it off to the side till it looks like that, and drag that keyframe up here to the end. So now if we look through this, you'll see that my mask is coming in, it's starting to rotate down, and then it starts to rotate back the other way. So this looks like this. As you can see, it's a very subtle reveal, but we have more light in the foreground right here. You guys can start to see how you can do this with different masks. For example, we can create our own custom mask if we wanted to, and you can start to really understand how this effect would be awesome, even if it's just something that is a quick little teaser of an object. I know DJI does a lot of this in their videos to make it more cinematic, and let's show you one last technique. This way is about duplicating the image. So if we take our clip right here and hold Alt and then drag it up, or Option on Mac, that'll duplicate that layer. Now we can adjust the bottom layer. And the reason why we're going to adjust the bottom layer is because our top layer is going to be our control or our mask. So let's toggle the eyedropper button to disable this layer and go to the bottom video layer and go to effects and type in level. Under level, we're going to drag video effects, adjust levels onto our bottom clip and go to the effects controls tab. The only ones we really want to adjust are the RGB black levels, and what we're going to do is drag this to the right until we get a dark image where there is some data. We have this data right here, and I think this looks good. That's about all I'll need. Now what we can do is we can toggle the video layer 2 now, and anytime that we apply one of our mask or our adjustments to this video layer, you'll see that instead of being black like the previous example that looked like this, we have some detail here. So now we can go through here and start creating a mask. So I'm going to create something like this where we have a strong leading edge and then the tailing edge is smaller, kind of like a little sound icon. And then again, I'm going to change my feather to around 500 and drag this over here. Select a keyframe for the mask path and then go towards the end, and I don't see the blue, so I have to click on mask and then drag this to the end like so. And then also I'm going to drag my keyframes to the edges of the screen, and let's check out what this looks like. We have some detail already being seen, and then we kind of have the full reveal that reveals the logo as well as everything else. So you guys can start to see how you can play with this effect. If we don't like it, we can delete it, and I'll show you one final, and this is probably my favorite. It is kind of like a spotlight. So we're going to create an ellipse, and I'm going to drag the ellipse all the way up to the center, and then I'm going to drag this one down here pretty much all the way down to the bottom of the desk. I'm going to change my mask feather to around 500 because I like how that looks. I'm going to go to the middle of my clip because I know this is where I want my light to be. So all I have to do is click the mask path animation button to create a keyframe. I'm going to scroll to the beginning and select mask and then adjust the rotation parameter to the left. And I'm going to make sure that the pivot point is up here, so I'm going to keep that up there. And then I'm going to drag this out all the way to the corner. And then I'm going to go to the very end and rotate it to the right by going just outside. Make sure the pivot point is all the way up there at the top. And then drag this guy out to that far corner as well. Again, we're going to drag our beginning keyframe to the beginning and our end keyframe to the end and check out what this looks like. As you can see, the light will rotate through, creating a little spotlight effect and finish off. So I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. I know it was a quick one, but this will show you a little technique that you can do to increase the quality of your product videos, or if you just wanted to try it out on your normal videos, see what it does. Thanks again, and as always, be sure to click that thumbs up and subscribe because I'm going to be making some more stuff in the future. I'll see you next time.